Some stories never die. They just wait in the dark. Tonight, let's lean in close and listen to the whispers of two of them.
Shh. Listen. We'll start with a warning. A warning you can't possibly understand. A sound that tricks your ears and chills you right to the bone.
You know, the most frightening warnings aren't the ones that are clear. No, they're the ones you almost understand. Just enough to feel that cold knot of dread in your stomach, but not enough to know how to save yourself.
So let's meet them. One spirit is born of water, of a deep colonial wound, a weeping woman who haunts the riverbanks. The other? The other is a child of iron and smoke, a phantom of industrial dread, forever bound to the rails.
Every ghost needs its place, right? A space to dwell. Not just a house, but a crack between worlds. A place where the living are not welcome and our rules just don't apply anymore.
For our railway spirit, home is this great gash in the earth, a railway cutting. Charles Dickens himself called it a dungeon, a place that gets colder and wetter the deeper you go, with a strange, earthy, deadly smell.
This isn't just a place of work. It's a kind of hell, a purgatory of clammy stone and endless twilight. The silence there, it's heavy, and the only light is this feeble red lamp at the mouth of a dark tunnel, like a single bloody eye just staring out from the abyss.
And then you have our other spirit, the weeping woman. Her domain isn't carved from stone. No, her haunt is the riverbank, that shifting, strange place between solid ground and moving water, the very spot where her tragedy began, and where it will never, ever end.
But here's the thing. These ghosts aren't silent. They're trying to tell us something, trying to warn us. But their messages are wrapped in terror. They twist the very things you trust the most, what you see and what you hear.
It's all about how they haunt you. The weeping woman, La Llorona, she uses sound. You hear that wail for her lost children. Ay, mis hijos! But here's the terrifying trick. If her cries sound distant, that means she's right beside you. The sound itself just freezes you with fear. But the railway specter, he's silent. He haunts your eyes. You see this frantic, desperate gesture of warning, but his face is always hidden, as if he just can't bear to watch what he knows is coming.
And make no mistake, when these spirits appear, death is not far behind. It's a cold, simple equation. Their appearance is just the rehearsal. The real tragedy is already on its way.
You have to feel for the signalman in the story. He sees the pattern. He feels this crushing weight, this unintelligible responsibility. The first time he sees the ghost waving, a terrible train collision follows. The second time, the ghost is mourning, and a young woman dies on a passing train. He knows something else is coming. He can feel it, but he's completely helpless.
But the weeping woman, she's different. There is no pattern. There is only chaos, a never-ending hunt, fueled by pure rage and grief. After what happened to her own children, now she just takes others, anyone who wanders too close to the water. She isn't a prophecy, she's a predator.
So why? Why do we keep telling these stories? After all this time, why do they still have such power over us? Well, it's because they're not really about ghosts, are they? They're about us. They're the faces of our deepest fears.
Back in the 19th century, they had a name for this kind of thing, a forerunner. It's this chilling belief that huge tragedies don't just happen. They cast a shadow backward through time, a supernatural rehearsal, playing out for anyone unlucky enough to see it.
I mean, get this. People were so anxious about the new railways carving up the landscape that they started to see, well, ghosts of them. People swore they heard phantom trains rushing over hills where not a single track had been laid. It's like the fear itself created the haunting.
And that's exactly what the signalman's ghost is. It's the Victorian fear of the machine. Sure, the railway brought speed and progress, but it also brought spectacular, horrifying accidents. That ghost, that's the human price of progress, the dread of a world that was suddenly moving too fast to control.
La Llorona, though, her fears are much older. She's born from the violent collision of cultures. Her story is all tangled up in betrayal, oppression, and what it meant to be a woman, a mother, in a world designed to take away her power. She was twisted into this monstrous mother, a dark reflection of a society that both feared and controlled women.
And that's the key, isn't it? These spirits, they give a face and a voice to the real-world horrors that haunt us: unchecked technology, colonial violence, the fear of being powerless. That's why they never really go away. They are the origin stories of our anxieties.
Which makes you wonder, what ghosts are we creating right now? What warnings are we giving ourselves that we can't quite understand?